Arjan from A&T and welcome to my home. Today I'm going to share with you how to set up a simple but elegant table for Christmas. We always start off with a theme, so today's theme is a starry night for Christmas. Make sure that you have enough room to move around and get all your items in place so it's much easier for you to start work. We always start off with fresh table linens, and it's nice if you would iron it so your guests feel a little bit more appreciated. So that's your first layer. As in every design, you just want to keep layering on top to make it more interesting and make everything kind of pop. The second layer we're doing is a sparkly placemat. Make sure that you place them right across from each other because that's going to be your base where your plate's going to be. So after this layer, we will start with your base plate. This is basically your dinner plate. Make sure they're dead center on your placemat. And of course, also across from each other. I always like to grab them so I don't have any fingerprints on them. So your plates will look nice and crisp. The second layer is actually your appetizer. I always like to have a different pattern on it, so it makes a bit more interest and an extra layer on top. So the last plate that we actually place for today is a salad plate, and you always want to place it on the left side where later your fork will be. Also make sure they're all aligned. And that's actually all your plates done. The next what we do is your flatware. So today I will be using flatware that is black. We always start off with your last course that you will be serving, which in our case is main course. So you place your knife and your fork. Knife will always go on the right side. And make sure that they're all nicely aligned. You don't really have to measure it out, but you can eyeball that it nicely line up. The next layer is your fork. And make sure that the base of the fork and the base of your knife is nicely aligned. And make sure that you have enough space on either side. And for today's menu, we'll be serving a soup, so we'll be setting a spoon as well. When placing flatware, you never want to place more than 5 courses. It gets very confusing for your guests, and actually also you don't have that much space normally on the table. So, then lastly, we'll just add a napkin. I always like to use linen napkins because everything that you touch is nice to have it at least something that's natural. And for Christmas, I just added a simple ring and a little bit of green. And this is the final layer for the table setting. So after you've completed all your plates, next will be the wine glasses. Today we'll be serving red wine and white wine. We always place the red wine glass first, which goes straight above your knife. And then the white wine just on the right side next to it. And we repeat it and make sure that they are nicely aligned. And last but not least, we take a glass for water, which you can place either at the back or you can place it on the side, depends on where your space on the table is. And then we just add some flowers. And make sure that they're not too high so that when you sit at the table you can still see each other. And then we top it off with some candles. And a few more on the side of the table that are a little bit more sparkly. And I always like to add a few little details that are more talking points and give a bit more interest. And I always add a little bit of a jingle bell to the chair, so when people move, it sounds festive. And then only left is to light the candles and wait for our guests to come and enjoy this nice and elegant Christmas dinner. As long as you keep your layering on your dining table and you keep your theme consistent, it doesn't even matter what you use. In this case, we're using paper plates. A different pattern and still very pretty, but it works all together in our color theme. Even for our plastic cups, we picked it with a nice metal rim, and our flatware is just basic plastic cutlery. So when you all place it together and you have a nice color theme, a cohesive look and feel, you end up with a beautiful dinner table setting.